DC is home to Project Glow. It's an electronic dance music festival, and this year's attendees are encouraged to prepare for the event by shopping secondhand. Joining us now to tell us how we can do that are Erin O'Leary from Project Glow, along with Rajni Rao from Vintage, DC's largest vintage and gift shop. Welcome, ladies. Thank you so much for being here. Of course. Tell us more about Project Glow for anyone who's unfamiliar.
Yeah, excellent. So Project Glow is a homegrown DC festival that's at RFK Festival Grounds this year on May 31st and June 1st. We have over 50 artists. It's 2 days and 3 stages. So it's a massive event. This is our 4th year doing Project Glow. So we've become DC's premier electronic music festival, which is really exciting. And one of my favorite things about festivals is the fashion.
Yeah.
So this year we wanted to encourage our attendees to source their fashion in a sustainable way. So we've decided to partner with our friends over here at Vintage, like you said, yes. Locally owned, biggest shop in DC, and they have sourced an awesome collection of pieces that will help inspire our goers to, get their festival style together for the weekend.
That's awesome. Now, you said this is the first year you're collaborating with Rajni, is that right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's amazing. Tell us about your interest in partnering with Project Glow.
Yeah, you want to speak a little bit to the collaboration between the two organizations?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like I said, one of the best things about the festivals is the fashion. People express themselves. We have all sorts of color and all sorts of shapes and sizes. So it felt like just a natural collaboration to be able to bring our two parties together. So yeah, tomorrow night we're doing a pop-up at the store, and they've got some really, really special stuff in store for us.
Awesome. Rajni, tell us about Shopping Circular. What does that mean?
Yeah, absolutely. So I am one of the owners, myself and my friend Libby, of Vintage, the largest vintage collective in DC. And so we have 20 different curators who specialize in sourcing clothes that are secondhand. And so I think the idea is not only are you sourcing secondhand and shopping secondhand, but when you are done with the piece of clothing, you can kind of resell it, and this idea of creating a way of getting your clothing in a more sustainable way.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, you brought some clothes with you. Is this a little bit of what we can expect to see at the festival?
Yes, so all of our 20 curators have each taken the time to source festival inspired clothing or festival inspired collection. So let me know if anything catches your eye, but we really tried to take inspiration from decades and decades of various vintage fashion to inform sort of the future of festival dressing. Yeah. So we have, to start out, I think some classics, like you have this crochet piece.
So cute.
This is by Noble Vintage Clothier. We have this amazing sort of iridescent kimono by Los Gitanos Vintage.
Gorgeous.
So if you want something a little
very
more
boho. Yeah, very
exactly.
visible.
And I think there's something to be said, the guys should have fun with their fashion too. And so I think there's a lot to be said about fashion that's practical, but also fun. So this is by Off Center Clothing. It's sort of like a mesh jersey, so it's very breathable when you're having fun dancing. Same with this sort of fishing vest, very practical for, I don't know, your chapstick, whatever you need.
Your glow sticks.
Yeah,
your
exactly.
Glow sticks. You got to put them somewhere.
For sure.
Very cute. You've got some accessories, this beautiful bag.
Yes. I think we've talked a little bit about breathability being super important when you're at a festival.
Gotta be able to dance all day in it.
Yeah,
exactly. So I think for leather, I love it for a festival. I think accessories are kind of the move, especially if, I don't know, I'm a sweaty girl, so when I'm at the festival, I'd want stuff that's breathable. So I'm more likely to reach for maybe something cotton. This is by Love Stories Vintage. In our shop. This is by With Love Studios in our shop, something super breathable.
Got it. So all of these things will also be for sale at the festival.
Yes, and so much more.
And so much more. Okay, really quick, for anyone who hasn't been yet in these last 4 years, why should they come?
Oh, you should come because it's 2 days of energy, of fun. There's something for everybody. Yeah, it's just a super special event. I've been with the Project Glow team for all 4 years, and it's been really fun to see how the community has grown and built up the last couple of years. Every year it's getting bigger and better and more exciting.
Awesome.
And yeah, we're just super excited to kind of usher in the festival with this pop-up tomorrow night at the store.
Much. So, awesome. Thank you for bringing this to DC. You can check out the pop-up event at Vintage tomorrow from 4:30 to 9:30. They'll have secondhand festival fashion, boho trends, and rave-ready accessories, all hand-picked from over 20 of the DMV's top vintage curators.